Just the brothers today. What's up,
We're
everybody?
brothers.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Do 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 do.
Oh my
Give me a high five. That was man. I love that show. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dig on America. It's your main man, Mikey Fam, and I'm here with the greatest, the oldest and the coldest, the baddest and the boldest, Big Haas. Oh, don't
What's
kill.
up?
What's up
What's
with the shirt?
up?
Oh, hold
What's
on. Let me
up?
see the shirt. Let me see the shirt. What's this? Your shirt game is your shirt. You just gonna try to sneak in a shirt on me like I ain't like. Oh yeah, what's the link, sir? I need a link. See, that's
I
you
got
know what,
this shirt.
Haas? I can't stand you because you always wanna. You don't never share the link because I know you had a link. You
Oh
found it
my
on the
God.
internet and then you
I
just keep
did. I
all the
did.
information to yourself. You don't let if all you audio people, what's up? YouTube people, what's up? Twitch people, what's up? Twitch and YouTube people, y'all see the shirt he got on? He's got the Pan African American motif flag with the Black Power fist coming up from the bottom. But do I get the link to the shirt? Like, yo, Mikey, I picked up this dope shirt. You might want to get one in a
See,
medium for you. I take the
but
shirt.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what you got to understand, big homie.
Uh-huh.
I got this shirt is like 8 years old, man. It's like 8 years old. I forgot what link I got it on. I might, you know what?
Yeah, do me.
You know what? I think I got it on artistictee.com. Artistictee.com, I think is the name of the
I
site.
said nothing but a word. Oh, what you think they call it that one?
I don't know. Shit, now you got me thinking.
I'm scrolling. I see a bunch of stuff, but ain't nothing like that. Ain't nothing cool like a bunch of banners. I ain't never bought a banner in my life.
A flag.
I ain't putting nothing on the wall, man. Got a
I got.
hole. You know I'd be renting. I can't be putting holes in the shit.
I got a bunch of flags for the athletes that are in college.
Mm-hmm.
I got all their flags. You might try Black Power T.
But you got
I forget where I got this from. No, god dang it.
It's all right. What size is that?
This was a large.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What day is laundry day? Just asking.
Every day it seems. It seems like every day is laundry day.
I'm like, Peyton, there's a 50 in it for you if you can get me the black shirt with the green and red flag on it.
You know what's crazy is when you work in fitness,
it
seems like every day is laundry day.
Yeah.
Because it's like you just constantly rolling through stuff. Like I changed outfits like 3 times today. So I had my own workout outfit, and then I was out coaching, and then now I'm here.
Well, to be fair, the laundry train is about to pull into the famine station.
Oh, dude.
Because little famine is almost here. She's I'm guessing about 3 to 4 days away.
Oof.
She's almost here. And it's I haven't had anything to drink and haven't smoked in a week because we're getting too close to the too close to the date, you know. And I ain't trying to be sloppy out there when I got to drive the missus out to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I want to be present for the whole chaotic excellence that it is.
I got pulled over taking my ex-wife to get Peyton born. I think it was Peyton. They pulled me over and was like, "Are you sure that's what it is?" I'm like, "Take a look in the passenger seat, dude." Then he proceeds to escort us, which was cool, to the hospital. But he's like, "I'm just gonna stay here." And he thought I'm like, "Why do you think I can't hear you?" As we're trying to check in, I'm gonna stay here and see if this is what they were really doing. Meanwhile, my ex-wife was in active labor.
Right. You can't fake labor.
No. You know what I mean?
Pouring down the sides of her face. Don't you see? She ain't faking.
She was pissed off too.
Hey, you know what? If you want to mess with a mama bear in the act of producing the first cub, hey, that's your business.
Yeah. Very first one too.
Yeah. Good luck, brother.
You know, Rush Copley Hospital. I'll never forget it. Driving through Aurora.
Yeah.
Well, I Googled Pan African American flag Black Power Fist T-shirt, and there are some very cool ones out here, but not This one.
That one. So I'm gonna have to just get that one then. Okay. I'll holler at you. Hey, P Dog,
Ugh,
I'll holler at you. The money's coming, dog.
you know,
Fill the shirt for me and deliver it. And I got the cash you need.
there's some really cool shirts out here.
I like it. I am rocking my Lupe Fiasco food and liquor anniversary.
Oh,
I got
oh,
his online concert that he did during
first and 15.
FNF. I wanted to be on FNF so bad. Oh,
Mhm.
I was like, just let me make beats for you,
Please,
please.
the beats.
But speaking of the hood, speaking of hood things, I have a first topic before we get into
Okay.
the Lamar thing.
Everything else.
Because we're not gonna have too much politics wise today.
Good.
And we should be joined by a couple of great guests later on. But did you see this? Did this one come out? For audio
Oh yeah, I want to
for
talk about that too.
for audio people, I'm sorry. There's music in the background. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm gonna let the video people see it. And if you want to see the video, then come on out on a Wednesday night.
Come over to the Twitch.
Come on over to the Twitch and say what's up. But this is Memphis Grizzlies star guard, point guard, Ja Morant. He is at the club in Denver. His team lost, so he's out there having a good old time.
Mm-hmm.
He turns on his IG live, and he is,
of course,
he is brandishing a weapon. And
so tittyless, some topless girls in the background there.
Yeah, well, they're pasty. They're pasty, so we hopefully they don't get us. But my man's decided that he's sick and tired of y'all saying that he is not hood. Damn it. And he's under investigation. He's been suspended from the Grizzlies have suspended him.
Yep.
He got at least for now a 2-game suspension.
It'll be more.
Mm-hmm. And now the Colorado Police Department is the Denver Police Department is trying to figure out how you got that gun from Memphis to Denver.
You know how he got it. He took it on the plane, which is
not a great idea.
A rules violation.
Not a great idea.
You
hate to see it.
Keeping it real goes wrong. And then here's the thing: is that his dad is with him everywhere. So I'm like,
right?
Either your father is not giving you the game,
right,
and how to play it, or you're not listening to your father when he says you're in a certain level now. And sometimes when you level up, some people level out and they got to be gone. Yeah. When you grow, sometimes you outgrow and they can still be there when you come back. You know what I mean? When you come back to visit, but they can't be on the journey, on the path with you.
Let me push back a little bit. Because he ain't like, that's the thing though. He ain't like that.
Well, he certainly is purporting himself to be.
Yeah, he ain't never been like that. He went to good schools. He got both parents in the home. Grew up in a stable house. He not hood. You're not from the hood, bro.
Well, he thinks he is.
But I think
he's trying to act like he is.
And I don't know if it's a young person thing or what, or maybe everybody goes through it in Black America, but your blackness is not tied to how hood you are.
Facts.
It's not the same thing. You can't, bro, you are a millionaire. You are 21 years old and you are literally a millionaire. You got a big old house and your parents got a big old house right next to your big old house. You made it. Bro, you're there. You're literally across the finish line already. All you got to do now is hoop. It's golden acres, baby. All you got to do is hoop. And all you and your team, Everybody like each other. All of y'all are young and millionaires. What the hell you got this look? And Haas, can you please describe the gun that was displayed in this video? Um, this gun was probably the most
Oh,
pea
it was the
shooter-esque pea
most
shooter.
unhood gun there is in the name of guns. I mean, it's like, remember in have you ever seen Harlem Nights?
Yeah.
And you remember the scene where they got the Tommy guns and they're
Yeah.
trying to shoot quick, and every time they would finish with the Tommy gun shots, my man would come out with the revolver like pow pow. That's the gun that John Morant's flashed.
he got probably maybe a 38. It looked like 22. I mean, he's like what, six? I think he's 6'2". So he's not like this like Shaq sized person where the gun just like when Shaq hold a water bottle, it looks like it's little. It looks like a Barbie's water bottle or like my first water bottle in like some sort of like play kitchen set because his hands are just like the most massive tennis racket size damn things you could find. Man, Ja, you got this little bit. You're not even hooding right. You don't know. You don't know how to be hood. You don't
Right.
have. You're faking.
Yeah.
You over here a millionaire and you got a grill in.
Well, you know that's what you do. You know, you ice out your grill. He's got a bunch of cars, got a bunch of necklaces and all this stuff. And it's like I try to remember when I was 23.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to remember those times and put myself in that position. And the fact that he has riches and the fact that he's in the position he is in as far as sports and everything does not diminish the fact that he's a 20-something-year-old boy. I'm sorry. You know it and I know it.
Hey, girl.
Men, hey, and
hey.
Men
sorry to interrupt.
Most men do not mature until they're in their late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah,
maybe
that sounds about right.
Maybe. I had a young lady on the track team or softball team. She had just recently gone through something with some boy, and she's like, "When do boys grow up?" I said,
"They don't."
Check back around 30-some years old, and you might find a couple.
They don't.
Yeah. I mean, I was still in my 30s. I wasn't wilding out, but I was still had those selfish, impulsive type moments that I look back at now and I'm like, that's part of why you got divorced the first time. You know what I mean?
The breadcrumbs become super obvious.
Yeah. You look back and you go, oh my God. I shouldn't have done that.
Talking about John Morant.
Yes,
ma'am.
we are. So what are your thoughts on John Morant, Anna?
Lady?
So I thought it was interesting because I felt that way because my first question was, how old is he?
I think he's 21.
He was 21 or 22. I kind of felt, I just caught the tail end of what you said, House. I kind of felt that way.
He's 23.
23. Okay. I mean, it's old enough to know better. Definitely. He's also a father, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you're in the NBA, you got a $250 million contract. It's old enough for you to know better. And I think the worst part about it is you snitched on yourself. Like, it's not like anybody caught you out. It's not like the paparazzi saw you with a gun. Like, it's that you had the gun, got on Instagram Live and was like wilding.
But
so my thought
hold on. 250 million.
And that's not even including the other endorsements that he has. That's in NBA.
So I heard they were going to cancel his shoe, right? Nike is going to cancel his shoe.
Yeah, I think they did.
So, but all that aside, I mean, in some ways, I, would like to try to give him a pass because he's a young kid. And I use loosely, but at the same time,
Nike put out a statement in support of him. They canceled Kyrie's shoe.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Nike put out a statement saying that because he made a statement taking responsibility and is seeking to get the help he needs, that they are going to stick with him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
I
that's
guess
my
my
son. That's
question
my
though
oldest
is
son.
like, what type of help does he need?
Hold on,
Because like,
come here. Come here. Come here. It's my oldest boy. It's my oldest boy, Cam.
he said he ain't coming on
He already
here.
been on the camera.
No, I know, but
he had to clean up his hair from me cutting his hair today.
No, tell Cam if he can interrupt our show making noise over there, he can come over here and say hi.
He said, Mikey said, if you can interrupt the show making noise, you can come over and say hi.
What?
Come on. Because they heard the vacuum. Come here. Just put your head over here and say what's up.
Let's see your cut.
This is my boy. This is my boy Cam.
Nice
When
cut,
you a proud
G.
dad.
Come here. This is my boy Cam.
Hi, Cam.
Oh, this is Rocco. Those are my boys. All right, Lucy. Show them your teeth.
Oh, look at that cutie pie. She's so cute.
This is the one we were talking about last week. We were talking last week about don't look her in the eyes. This is her.
Steal your soul.
But I am immune.
That's because it's gone, huh? She already got it. What you talking? You're immune.
Oh my God, this girl. Anyway, I'm sorry, Anna.
No, it's all good. Your kids are so cute.
So cute.
No, they're so cute. But I also, in a way, though, even at 21, 22, 23, I don't know how he came up. I don't know anything about his family life, but
stable.
There is a affluent. Okay, so you have no reason basically to be acting this way other than you want to cosplay a rapper and maybe you just a famous young dude now and whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids or young people, young adults who actually have to live a life where they feel that they need weapons, where they need firearms, where they need to protect themselves, where they grow up in the trenches for real and they don't have a choice.
In Memphis, for sure.
In Memphis. I thought he was from South Carolina.
He playing in Memphis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially in Memphis, especially in a place like that. So it's just difficult because so many people from less affluent families, young people are having to make very serious decisions about their life at 21, 22, 23 years old. And for you to just kind of be acting like you on Grand Theft Auto, like,
man,
like you know what I mean?
Tattoos and everything.
And so I thought this was an isolated incident, but what I didn't realize is I think I saw on a Sports Center where they went through like him pulling a gun on like a 17-year-old and like him like doing all this other stuff. Like somebody said something about Draymond Green. Yeah, he grew up in Saginaw, and Saginaw is about 2.5, 3 hours away from Detroit, where I'm from. And Saginaw is an impoverished type of place as well.
A rough area.
It's, you know what I mean? It's like that. And we grow up like that. Like we grow up like that where folks have to, you know what I'm saying? They really have to get it out the mud. Right. So for you to be doing that, like having a gun in the club, like, you know what I'm saying? You weren't trying to shoot nobody. You were just fake. You were acting like
not with that thing for sure. You better off with a rubber band from the post office.
But you also now taking guns on fights. You getting arrested by the mall cops. And what I noticed in them going through his like history of craziness is that he's getting chance after chance after chance after chance, likely because he's an NBA player, and no one wants to be the person to like get the NBA player in trouble, put him in jail. Like no one wants to have negativity associated with someone who's an up and coming young star. But when you do that, you taking guns on a plane, that's a federal violation. You know what I mean? Like that's against the FAA. Like a firearm could seriously
kill everybody on the plane,
endanger people on a plane. Yeah. That's like a huge safety risk. So for you to just be playing like that, and you should also know better. You know what I mean? Like, again, he's young, making stupid decisions, whatever. But, like, it's not like you haven't gotten in trouble before. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this is your first time and you made one mistake. Like, you just pulled a gun on somebody and then you got off of that. You would think that somebody might be like...
Oh, and don't forget about the time that they had lasers on the Indiana Pacers personnel.
And now, see, when I found out about that, I was like, they didn't suspend him for that.
because they said it was they don't know for sure.
You couldn't
was
prove
him.
it was lasers or guns or whatever.
It could have just been a laser pointer. I don't know if it was from a scope, like the laser sight on a pistol.
But the fact that someone had to question whether you had a scope on them,
right,
and you got off of that, and then
that should have been your
immediately
warning.
Well, you also got a warning when you pulled a gun on a minor.
Well, they said he brandished it. It was in his waistband. He had punched that kid though.
Okay, but regardless, you got in trouble.
Yeah.
You got in trouble though. So for you to be getting in all this trouble and be getting out of this trouble, you would think that you wouldn't just be having guns on you.
Man, some people don't learn.
250 million. Hey, Haas, I just got this contract for 250 million. Mm-hmm. I'm not about to get in trouble for holding this stuff. So
y'all seen what Paul Pierce said about it?
I got $100,000 for you, homie. You just follow with me.
Paul Pierce was like, because remember, Paul Pierce had got in trouble for his gun situation. Paul Pierce was like, after I got stabbed, I took my gun with me everywhere because basically I was scared and like you don't know who's coming to do what, so I don't judge nobody in a situation. But I'm like, Paul Pierce, you got stabbed. Then nothing happened to John Morant, unless it did. Unless I missed
something even worse happened to him.
Clarence's parents had a real good marriage.
And they keep calling me suburban. I'm not suburban. I'm hood.
I'm hood. I can. You know, and that's the problem. You listen to too many rap songs, I guess. I don't know. And feel like I mean, here's the thing: is that you're supposed to change. We're all supposed to change.
Supposed to grow up.
Be it via financial gain or notoriety or just living or whatever. We're supposed to grow and develop. And part of that growth and development is not everybody grows at the same rate. And some people have to be outgrown. You're just out, this is your season. But now I'm moving into this season and you still got your boots on, but it's spring. You know what I'm saying? Or it's summer. And you still got your winter parka on. So since we're in a new season, you chill with your parka. When winter comes back around, if the season comes back around, when I'm home, I'll see you. I'll say what's up and everything, but I can't be in my parka with you. You know? And a lot of people, they feel like they have to. I remember when I used to come home from college and be hanging out with a couple of my friends, and sometimes some of those friends who went on to fall along the wayside were, oh, you think you too good? No, I'm experiencing things that you aren't experiencing. It doesn't make me better than you, but it makes me a little bit more different. The change that I'm going through in my life is different than the change you're going through in yours. And if this is something that's causing friction, then I'm not going to stop growing because I'm not growing at the pace that, or I'm not hanging back or whatever, or I'm speaking differently. I have different thoughts now and I have different experiences now. I can't stop that because, it's making you uncomfortable.
And that makes sense, but he's been playing basketball his entire life. So it ain't, and he's been playing AAU. You know what I'm saying? I would think he's playing in school. He's playing in AAU. Like he's playing 24/7. So it's not like you're not around the type of like in your situation, how it's like you were with a group of folks who like maybe didn't have the same educational opportunity as you, and that creates a real life difference. And like, yes, maybe you're around people, you weren't around people with money, now you're around people with money, but it's not like you don't know how to be on a team. It's not like you've never had a coach. It's not like you've never had team rules. It's not like you don't know the tenets of sportsmanship. Like it's not like you are having such this. And also, you're doing that. You've been in the league a couple years, and you're around other teammates. So it ain't like you ain't around other multimillionaires either. Like you doing this, and where you doing this like
for what? Why?
For the gram?
Yeah. For what? For what?
Literally for the gram.
And like.
But here's the thing: is that you're the type of person. You're the person. Since you're so well known and everything, you could put a grapefruit on the gram and get 1 million likes. So why do you have to do this for the gram? You know what I mean?
Why are you have $250 million? Who cares about Instagram if I have to? I ain't even
turn it
turning
off.
the app. I ain't even turning. He's
got Teddy Pendergrass it. Turn off.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Turn it
Because
off.
y'all are both black men. Let me ask
Yes.
y'all a question.
Ready.
And maybe it's different because you all are a little bit older and didn't grow up in the social media era. So maybe it's the answer might be different for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But when you all were coming up, because here's the thing that I think sometimes with like black culture, like a lot of the rich people or people that folks aspire to are entertainers. Like they play a sport, they have a talent of some sort. Like it's a rare that we have like, you know, someone to look up to that's like a hedge fund manager or like a specific CEO, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, and that's not a criticism. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like we got like Oprah, like, you know what I'm saying? She's a talk show host turned businesswoman. We got like Jay-Z, a rapper turned businessman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's who we have in our,
Jordan.
you know, Michael Jordan, all these other people. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Other folks like BT executives and things like that. Like we have them, but they're a lot of them are not nearly as wealthy as some of the other folks that I just named. Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I don't think he's as wealthy as, you know, some of the folks that I just named.
I don't think so either.
He's new.
Huh?
He's new. He's only been like in this. We only started first hearing about him like last 10 years.
Yeah. So I guess here's my question. And here's the I guess like the short backstory to why I'm asking this question and then the question. The backdrop is my thought is that people, at least in the black community, sometimes to get the clout factor, you have to have grown up in certain economic conditions, usually impoverished, and be and like put on for that once you make it. Right. Like, and then, you know, it's like the whole concept of like potentially being a sellout if you don't, and like all this stuff, forgetting where you came from, all this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems as though, and maybe this is a new thing, maybe this has always been a thing, I don't know. But that's why I asked you all, do you think that the clout that he's looking for, because we're sitting here asking ourselves, like, why is he doing this?
Right.
The clout that he's looking for, like, would he be respected the same everywhere if he were not doing that? And my thought is that yes, he would be respected because he's an entertainer in the sense that he's like a very good, talented, skilled athlete who makes a whole bunch of money.
Right.
But on the flip side of it, you know what I'm saying? Rappers kind of have to like dig into their sometimes treacherous past to be able to, we talking about Ja Morant. Sometimes rappers have to dig into their treacherous past to be able to ascend, really. So do y'all think that he's trying to like hone in on that? And the question to y'all, the second part of it is, have you all ever felt pressured to ever do anything like that, I guess at some point growing up or whatever, where you feel like in order to feel like I'm fitting in, I have to basically stay true to self, which could be, you know, the not forgetting where I came from, harboring some of the qualities that you don't necessarily need to continue to have as you ascend through life, just to be able to feel connected to the environment that you grew up in.
I'll push back just a little bit. He didn't grow up like that. He didn't grow up around that or anything in that. So for me, I was never invited to that element of things anyway. I've always been a nerd. I've always been a geek. I've always been weird. I just accept it. It's just who I am. It's just kind of how it is. But I do see it happen to other people. And I do
where
see
they feel
how
the pressure, you mean?
Where they start dumbing themselves down, when they don't aspire to what they can actually get to because the people around them, and that was the thing I was going to say earlier, ain't no way my current set of friends is letting me wild out like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ain't no way Haas would let the sun set before he was knocking on my door talking about what the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Sit your little stupid ass down with $250 million. What are you doing? Sit down.
Right.
You got $250 million?
John Morant did. Hello.
John Morant.
Teresa.
Now you know he would be on an island somewhere far away from us with
Wouldn't be
$250 million.
I definitely wouldn't be on no damn StreamYard. That's for damn sure. Shit. I fly y'all out to the estate. What's up? What y'all want to talk about?
Then we'd be doing it in a room together.
on some comfortable ass chairs with cool ass lighting behind us with a beach behind. You know, we're gonna do it big. But it's and that's why I like the friends that I have now, because yeah, we might bicker and fight about little petty shit, but at the end of the day, my friends don't let me do stupid shit, and I don't let them do stupid shit. They may get pissed at me and might get mad at me, and I got a couple of friends I can think of in particular where I have lit them up, just cursed them out, wild style, just cursed them out, called out all their shit because it's my job as their friend to be that reality check. Like, you're doing something stupid. You're making bad decisions. And I'm going to hold you down even if you can't. You got a couple of yes men around you who want to do it. Sit down. No, we don't roll like that. You know better than that.
Right.
What happens when this happens? What are you going to do when this happens? You're supposed to be the chosen one. You're supposed to take us all up out of here. You about to go to jail.
It was a Rich Paul.
You about to go to jail. You tripping. You tripping. And I'm going to untrip you.
And that's what I love about my circle. my friend circle's the same way. They're just like, yo, we're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Irish Sweet says, it's true, Mikey yelled at me when I almost died, told me to stop dying. Facts. Big facts. I did not allow this. I did not allow this. I did not sanction this death.
Right. But yeah, I've had friends tell me, you know, hey, you tripping right now, you know, or don't mess this up. In particular with my wife, my current wife, my best friend was like, met her for 25 minutes. He was like, that's the one, dude. Don't mess it up. Or he, more to the point, he said, don't fuck it up.
Right.
I was like, but what about not getting married? He's like, dude, that's the one.
He like, before you make a mistake and say, did nobody tell you? Let me tell you.
Let me tell you right now, she's the one. You know? And he, first time meeting her, we had his house for about 25 minutes. He was pulling me to the side and was like, my man, that's the one. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck this up.
Right.
So you got to have people like that in your corner. And if not, you got to prune those other people off like sick branches on a tree, dude, because your whole tree will get infected. And what we're seeing is the infection of the John Morant tree.
Yeah.
Because he's got people around him, be it relatives or not, because I'm not going to speak on what his father's telling him. Maybe he's just not listening to his dad. Yeah. But
you better listen to Walmart Usher.
He's got people around himself that are not telling him what he needs to hear. They are telling him what he wants to hear. Right. And they're probably doing the same thing right now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Getting a little apology, man, but keep doing what you do, man. You got to keep it real, homie. Real middle class is where you came from, though. So, you know, come on.
What does his parents do, or what did they do?
I'm not sure.
Give me a sec.
But I know this. I think another part of this might be the effects of being the best player and having that talent and people seeing that talent and recognizing what it was and kind of coddling him along his life. You know, when you're the best and everybody knows you're the best and they know that you're really good, either you get your hand held because you're helping the team that they're coaching win, or you get your hand held and things kind of dismissed and swept under the rug because they don't want to rock the boat and be on the outside of the boat when the boat comes in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up getting coddled. You end up getting opportunities where you can learn discipline and self-awareness and self-control and poise and things like that. You know, those life lessons that occur through adversity and conflict, you miss some of those, and you get this invincibility complex of, well, I can do what I want because they'll take care of it.
Haas, did you ever feel growing up? And I guess you kind of touched on this a little bit, where you had different, where you said you had different experiences than the people that you may have grown up with.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever feel pressured to revert to some of the behaviors and activities that you felt that you had grown from because of the folks that you were previously your friends, or that you had friendships before you evolved?
Well, here's, I am partially like Mikey. I was very small. I had really thick glasses. I could see the future. Could look at a map and see people waving. But
them was all the jokes people made about you.
Oh yeah.
See around corners.
I'm like,
dude,
I know you ain't make them up about yourself.
My glasses were welfare thick, meaning they couldn't give me the special grinding to take some of the thickness out because I didn't qualify under public aid. But anyway, so I was a nerd. I was 4'11" when I graduated high school.
Oh, really?
Very
How tall are you right now?
5'9", 5'10".
You were 4'11"?
Yeah, 95 pounds.
I don't believe
so was I.
And so when I graduated high school, I was 4'11", and so there was a faction of people. I'm just the biggest nerd there is. I don't care if you're on the football team or whatever. Notice I say on this football team in high school. I didn't say playing football on the team, but I don't care. You're a nerd. Don't nobody want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. But then there was that other faction of people I knew, especially from my grandmother's neighborhood. I used to go to my grandma's house like every weekend. Those people, when they would engage in certain things, they'd be like, "No, dude, you stay here. You're not going to come with us on this." And then there was my grandfather and my mom and my grandmother really had their arms around me, whether it be through the respect I have for them or the fear I had of them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like my son, my youngest son, Rocco, is like a lot like me in that he doesn't like to break rules right now. You know what I mean?
Not right now.
Well, I'm just
subject to change.
I was not a big rule breaker in my younger life, and that's just how I was. And he's just like that. So that was part of that. But then there were people that were my guardrails. That were like, when I thought I was going to try to step out and do something. I mean, I did little stuff, I got in trouble and stuff, but it wasn't like sneaking. I never snuck out at night. You know what I mean? You never caught me trying to sneak in the house at 3:00 in the morning and stuff like that. But there was other little stuff I did. You know what I mean? But, so I had the fact that I wasn't super popular or popular at all in high school or in my younger years. And then when I was trying to maybe kind of buck the system and buck this, I'm tired of being the good guy. You know what I mean? No, man, you stay over there. Keep being the good guy.
They're like, first of all, yes, you are.
Yeah,
like,
right.
First of all, don't even start this.
First of all,
young gentleman, you don't get to decide that. Get your ass back over there.
Your glasses must be foggy. Clean them up and see yourself for who you are.
You don't get a cleaning cloth for them glasses and go sit your ass down over there with them books.
No,
I'm trying to hear that.
You're that guy that's going to help us with our homework and not do it. I would never do the homework, but I would definitely sit and help you because I come from teachers. So
it's just interesting to watch it all play out because it's just so self-inflicted. You don't have any reason to be doing this. You didn't come from this type of family. You didn't come from a broken home where people just needed guns to be safe, or you ever felt threatened or whatever. And
you're playing basketball with some 17-year-old kid at your house on your court. There's no need for you to ever fear for your life.
Why are you doing that as a $250 million player? Why are you playing with a 17-year-old?
This 17-year-old kid's a pretty hot prospect in the area. Or something.
You in the NBA?
He's supposed,
like he not getting paid.
It's supposed to be some mentorship type stuff, but I don't know what it is.
They said Ja was like, he threw the ball at my face, so I had to check him.
No, you didn't.
So you had a gun.
Check him Check him out of the house. Check him off the property.
You go.
You know what, dude? You gotta go.
Waistband when you were playing basketball with your mentee?
No, he went in the house and got it and brought it back out.
On your mentee though.
Yeah, but here's the thing, my man. That right there is some whole shit.
You 6'3", 180.
You know?
This is a 17-year-old.
Why you gotta go? First of all, why are you going to get your gun for a 17?
At your house? You think he's gonna fight you at your house?
He ain't gonna fight you at your crib.
And you in the NBA.
He ain't gonna
beat you up.
What you like? Like if Rocco, if I go over Haas house and Rocco hit me in the face with a tennis ball, I'm like, all right, Rock, it's time to fucking scrap, dog.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight this kid. That's a kid. Kids do stupid shit. But again, when he gets called suburban, he feels like he needs to prove how hood he is because
that's the problem.
Because the gram is real to him. Like this social media shit is real to him. And
it's still real to me, damn it.
I guess what I was asking y'all is that why, as a black kid, a black boy, why is it an insult to be called suburban? Like, why is that insulting?
Because it's like white. Crazy. It's like being called white, especially in the South.
Just because I speak differently than you, because I move differently than you, doesn't mean I'm not as black as you.
Nobody mad at Patrick Mahomes. Like, no one's calling him any less black because he grew up.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh,
yes.
Bad example.
Bad example.
Okay, well, listen. He don't have no guns. That's all I know. All I know is I ain't seen him with a gun.
His brother's fucking up for the both of them.
Yeah.
No, I have
brother's doing shit for his brother. It's like his brother's like, just because I'm milk skinned, don't make me. Just because I'm don't mean I'm not hood, and he's doing crazy shit. So
I don't stop doing it for the gram. In summation, everybody stop
putting on for people who don't really care about you, because if the money was gone, they wouldn't be there.
Now, Haas, we're gonna change gears a little bit here, and welcome Tim to the show.
Hello, Tim. How's it going?
This is something that Tim probably has.
Why did he do that? Why did Haas do that?
He didn't have to.
I didn't have to, but just wanted to say hi to Tim.
All right. So we're going to talk now about Lamar Jackson.
All right.
Quarterback for the
that guy.
I like Lamar Jackson.
That guy needs to be taken down a peg or two. Gosh.
Yeah. So now look, I was the only stupid person who thought everybody was boycotting the NFL when we said we was boycotting the NFL.
I was, but I wasn't watching it.
you was just like, yeah.
I was like,
what's
boycott.
The NFL?
Here's the thing is that we were talking about NFL stuff, so I'm like, damn, I'm getting out of touch. I got to start watching it so I could.
Yeah.
This was back in the VFW days.
Yeah.
Because I did not watch for 2 whole seasons.
And well, see, you lasted longer than most. Most people say, yeah. So on Sunday, I got my fantasy.
I'm just not going to tweet about it.
I'm just going. I just got a couple of dynasty fantasy teams going right now.
Yeah, I boycotted my fantasy leagues. I did not watch any games, and then for those 2 seasons, I would only watch highlights on YouTube so that NFL wouldn't get any credit for it. I wouldn't watch the NFL channel or nothing.
NFL ain't gonna get no credit.
So I'd watch the highlights on YouTube from some dude that just slapped it up there. Let him get the credit for it.
Right.
Just so that I could kind of stay in the know about what was going on.
Keep one foot in.
And then after 2 seasons, I couldn't. It was like, you got to watch or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, but I am seriously considering going again.
Tell us what the fuck is going on with Lamar Jackson. I don't watch football. I know it's a big thing. Tim, you're a football person. Maybe the both of y'all can illuminate the audience and us on what is the deal. What's the deal with Lamar Jackson?
All right, so Lamar Jackson. Let's give some context here so that people can understand what my position is. I don't know what Tim's position is, but we're talking about a former unanimous league MVP, a former league leader in passing touchdowns, a human highlight reel, someone who has taken his team to the playoffs. I want to say every year since he's been in the league. And contrast that with said team not wanting to pay him in that top 5 range of quarterbacks.
How much are we
get
talking
a franchise tag or something?
We're talking I think north of 40 million.
Yeah, he wants north of 40 million.
And what do they want to give him?
Okay. And guarantees, they're talking about $133 million in guarantees. But couch that with the fact that Deshaun Watson's contract is $250 million fully guaranteed.
Jesus.
Kyler Murray's contract includes about $160 or $170 million in guarantees. Kyler Murray, notorious underachiever. Couch that with the fact that Daniel Jones threw a robust 15 touchdowns in his lone good season in the NFL this past season. Came out, said, I want $40 million a year. Giants came up with $48 million a year average contract for him.
Yep.
Right? And let's see, who else? Oh,
Dak Prescott's out there getting $40 million a year.
Prescott's out there. And then let's not forget the original fully guaranteed man, Kirk Cousins for the Minnesota Vikings, who has had 3 consecutive fully guaranteed contracts, right?
So hold on. What's guaranteed mean? Because I don't know the difference between.
Okay,
they get it no matter what.
No matter what. In the NFL, your shit ain't guaranteed. In the NFL, they have injury buyouts. In the NFL, if you get cut, whatever's not guaranteed is gone. Like NSYNC, I think that was.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah, go.
Now, in the NBA and the MLB, you sign a contract, that's your contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Kirk Cousins, back in, 2016?
Yeah.
He got his first guaranteed contract. Subsequently got 2 more guaranteed contracts. Nobody said shit. Right? He's scheduled to make in total about $180 million over these 3 fully guaranteed contracts for the Vikings. And where had the Vikings even sniffed the freaking Super Bowl?
Nope.
Had they sniffed the third round of the playoffs even? No. Right? But now we gotta reset the market.
What about how far did Baltimore get?
They've won 1.
Yeah, they've
gotten to the second round, the divisional round 1 year since he's been there. But they've been in the playoffs every year. Right?
Oh, well, yeah. If I'm taking you to the playoffs,
right,
I'm gonna need some cash.
And I'm a former unanimous MVP. Unanimous?
Oh, yeah, you paying me.
Quit playing. And here's the thing is that this is what really burns me up is that there's a PR campaign that the team is running saying that he's asking for a fully guaranteed contract and they're putting out so much information, right? And then Stephen A. Smith, who's a sports journalist, comes and reports saying, hey, guess what? Lamar Jackson's camp reached out to me personally. And they said that we're not even asking for a fully guaranteed contract. So why do they keep reporting that? You know why? So that they could get public favor on their side. He want a fully guaranteed contract and he gets hurt. Everybody gets hurt in the NFL. Everybody gets hurt. And then not to mention, this is what a lot of people don't think about. When you got a box office attraction like Lamar Jackson, how much money has he made that team in concessions, merchandising,
parking,
regular season tickets, right? Parking, et cetera, et cetera. I bet you it's more than he's asking for.
He sounds box office to me.
He is.
Yeah.
People watch, people tune in, and people go to these games. People travel. When Cincinnati plays the Bengals, Cincinnati plays the Ravens, guess what? the Baltimore Ravens fans travel. So he, because of his athletic ability and his electricity with the football, his talent, you've got people, it's almost like you've got people who normally don't watch football watching football and wanting to go and see it live because of what he does. It's almost, I'm not going to call it this, I'm not going to say it's equal to this, but it's almost that Tiger Woods effect, where people that didn't even like golf before were like, I got to see this guy though. He is that guy. I got to see this guy because I saw a highlight and God bless it. Every week I'm seeing a highlight and I'm like, wow. So I'm going to tune in live. And so I'm not seeing the highlights. I'm going to go live since he's coming to Chicago or he's coming to San Diego or whatever. I'm going to go.
That's like when Steph Curry, like when LeBron comes into town.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Don't try to get a Bulls ticket when LeBron's in town.
You're not getting no tickets to the Bulls game.
It's all the tickets is gone.
Right. But here's the thing.
They gone.
The biggest thing is this. The fact that all of a sudden you don't want to pay him. You give him the non-exclusive franchise tag, right? Which means he can look and see if other teams want to offer him a contract, and then the Ravens have the chance to match it. And almost immediately, and this is the funny timing. Almost immediately after he gets franchise tagged with this non-exclusive tag, 4 teams come out and say, "Oh, we're not interested. We're not going to pursue him."
Wow.
Almost immediately. Within hours of him being tagged with this non-exclusive tag, all of a sudden these teams, like the Washington Commanders, who have no quarterback. They got a quarterback, but it's a carcass of a quarterback, right? If they put all the quarterbacks they have together, it's not even half of Lamar. Okay.
Well, and the Commanders are a mess anyway, from the administration all the way down.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We're not interested, but we have no quarterback. We just signed the offensive coordinator who is great at designing plays for mobile quarterbacks because Patrick Mahomes is mobile, right? We've got 2 pretty good wide receivers. We've got a pretty good running back. And when our defense is right, we're in the top 10 to 15 in the league. But we're not interested in Lamar Jackson being our quarterback. What does that sound like to you?
Sounds like Hillary's emails. Sounds like collusion.
Colluded. And then I was listening to a noted sports journalist today saying, you know how it is. This is his exact words. All these GMs, they talk to each other. GMs, they talk to each other. And they're saying that this can't be reality. This can't be the new reality. We can't be guaranteed contracts can't be our new reality. And, we can't have the players having all this power. So, I was talking about this earlier on social media and someone was like, well, groupthink and collusion are 2 different things. I'm like, no, groupthink is what they want you to call it because that's the fancy, non-illegal term for what they're doing.
Right.
But when you got a bunch of people talking to each other saying this can't be, what do you think they're going to try to do? And if you think that the Ravens would put the non-exclusive franchise tag on him where other teams can come and offer him a great contract and they have to match it, if you think that they will put that type of tag on him without first putting out some feelers through back channels, hey, if we do this, you gotta promise me you're not gonna take him. You're not gonna offer him a contract.
I'm really trying to screw this guy over, so I need you guys to work with me.
Are we all on the same page here about making sure the market for quarterbacks doesn't go crazy?
I don't want to share all my billions of dollars with them.
And that's the thing. And then people don't want to see it for what it is. And here's the thing is that Daniel Jones, he gets his contract. Nobody really says anything. And he had 1 good year for him. For him, it was a good year. Okay? Let me just throw names out there. Davis Mills threw more touchdown passes than than Daniel Jones. Okay, and Davis Mills plays for the 1-2 win Houston Texans.
Wow.
And he didn't even start the whole year.
Yeah, the Giants were living on Saquon Barkley this year. That's what they were living on.
Okay, so you've got a guy who throws 15 touchdowns, demands $40 million a year, gets $48 million a year.
How does that? Anna, I demand that you pay me $1 million, and I'm gonna just wait for this $5 million check to come in. Like, how the hell you get more than what you asking for?
Hey, well, as
type of situation.
as this noted sports broadcaster says, he seems likable, he's hardworking, and it seems like the Mara family, the owners, are romanticizing him a little bit and see a lot of Eli Manning in him. They see a more athletic Eli Manning in him. So if an owner romanticizes you, you can get paid. But if you go out and win an MVP, take your team to the playoffs, lead the league in touchdown passes, et cetera, you can't get paid.
Well, I think the same.
They're scared you're going to get injured, but everybody gets injured.
I think the same kind of thing sort of happened to Dak Prescott. His first season, he brought the Cowboys to the playoffs. They were 14-2 or whatever. Yep. And then he got this $40 million a year contract. Now Dak Prescott keeps getting to the playoffs and not winning. And he's been injured a few times. And now Jerry Jones is like, I don't know if I have the money to keep paying him that. Like Jerry Jones, like he said in the media, he was on a podcast and he said that, well, I don't know if I have enough money to give Dak Prescott the support he needs. He might have to take a pay cut.
Well, restructure the deal.
Well, the Cowboys are also terrible at managing their salary cap because they also got Ezekiel Elliott making that kind of money too. And he said that he will take a pay cut to stay with the Cowboys because who else will want him?
Yeah.
Who else wants Zeke?
I used to watch Zeke. So if he's still, they still got Zeke. Yeah, Zeke
averaged 3.8 yards a carry this year.
Yeah.
Hey, Zeke, I'm gonna need one of them commas back.
Meanwhile, Tony Pollard averaged like 5.9 yards a carry.
Man, Tony Pollard is crazy. If that kid gets any kind of opening, he's gone.
So if he comes back from his surgery, okay, Zeke will be like the third down guy.
Yeah, well, that's what he was this year.
The third down guy, like the goal line guy. He'll be like the new touchdown vulture.
Yeah, he'll be the 4th and 1 guy.
Yeah, come in and throw your body into the line, dude.
Yeah,
get a yard and a half. But
hold on 1 second, Haas. I have a question for Anna. Anna, are there laws against corporations or owners of franchises or teams? Is that legal for them to like work together to ensure that he can't really bargain for something in his best interest?
I don't necessarily think it's illegal per the law because the sports have their own leagues and they're governed by the commissioners, and the courts usually try to stay out of that because they feel that the sports leagues are self-governing for the most part. So that's really something that they're supposed to be. My understanding is that there's supposed to be policies against stuff like that. But
does he have a case? Will you represent him in court?
I do not do sports law, so I don't.
He does not have a case. He cannot.
But it's very difficult. I was going to say it's very difficult for him to be able to show. Because he would need specific documents, and you better believe that these folks are not going to be saying in writing, "Hey, look at us colluding! Look at us!
Well,
look at us all deciding."
There's also like a players association and a players union that he'd have to go through.
Yeah.
And then they'd have to go to war with whatever managers association there is or owners association.
And something else that
and the processes get drawn out to the point that it takes years. So it's like you didn't get the result. Is it worth it if you didn't get the result until 3 years later after going through the form?
And then another thing that is being overlooked is the fact that he doesn't have an agent. Now,
why not?
He doesn't have. Well, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. He didn't have an agent when he signed his rookie contract. It was no problem there. But now it's like, oh, he doesn't have an agent. If he had an agent, he'd get his money. Why is that? If you can pay him with an agent, why can't you pay him without an agent? You know,
because they got to deal with the agents.
See, here's the thing: is that it's not good for the agents if somebody can go get a bag without an agent, because then other players will be like, well, shit, I can get the bag without an agent and save my 3%. Okay. And if you think, right, and if you think that the agents don't have a financial motivation for him not being able to negotiate a contract without an agent, you must be crazy. If you think that not him, the agents aren't like, dude, we can't let this, because you know, if you don't think that agents, when team ownership says we like working with this agent, you know that player is probably not getting all he could have got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You better not like each other.
Him?
How y'all
Why
friends?
y'all like him?
And if you think these agents don't have relationships with these GMs and that they don't do things in order to preserve those relationships, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't a sports agent who's got 3 players on one team make sure he has a great relationship with that GM to keep his player on that team, or to get his player traded to the team that he wants to go to, or come contract time, I've got a good relationship with you, so let's do X, Y, Z. You know? But when you don't have that, when you don't have someone that you might have some leverage over, hey, like ownership you might be negotiating as an agent for one player, but you got another player who's coming due next year, right? And the ownership and GM might be like, oh, you're making this real hard for me. I'm gonna remember this when so-and-so comes up next year.
Is it uncommon for people to not have agents in the NFL?
It's rare.
Roquan
Smith doesn't have an agent. Lamar Jackson doesn't have an agent. There's a couple other people who don't have agents. Now, here's what's real funny. God, I wish I remembered his name. There's
Irish Swedes said, would you want to negotiate a contract to that extent without a lawyer, which is what most agents are? So I have a few friends who are NFL agents, and you don't have to be a lawyer to be an NFL agent. You just have to have a bachelor's and you have to be certified. You don't have to be a lawyer.
Well, here's what
like a bad
idea.
Also,
which is to the point, like you might, they are also not trained at negotiating contracts necessarily either.
Right. Here's the thing: is that Lamar Jackson, I believe, has a team of advisors, and among those advisors, I believe, is a lawyer. But that's neither here nor there. Well, the thing is that you don't, when you're working with your own team, they're only worried about you. They're not worried about the relationship that they need to maintain with the GM, because they've got other players that they're managing that may be on that team, or they don't want the word to get out that they're a difficult negotiator, et cetera, or that they're difficult in general. You know what I mean?
All right, Haas, let me let Tim in here. I gotta pull rank. We got to pass the ball, homie. I know we're in your wheelhouse, and I'm glad we're here. But I gotta get Tim in here. I gotta get Anna in here.
You don't gotta get me in. I don't know what we talking about. I'm like, go. Tim has my time.
I yield my time to the gentleman below me.
To the gentleman from Connecticut.
I mean, I think it's kind of fucked up with what Haas was talking about, how the team sort of aligned to say, yeah, we don't want Lamar Jackson because he got franchise tag or whatever. And I don't like the franchise tag system in general, because it forces players who are trying to negotiate a new contract to stick with whatever contract they had for a whole nother year.
And for the people who don't know what franchise tag really is,
it's basically when a team or an owner says, we like this guy, we want to keep him for another year and negotiate his contract, even though his contract is technically going to be up. We're going to keep him for another. It's basically like an automatic extension on someone's contract.
Oh, it's unilateral though.
I think in their in the players' contracts.
franchise tag and I just gotta stay?
Each team is allowed a couple every year.
Well, you get tagged, but if you don't sign the tender, you can't hold out. You can not sign the franchise tender.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the tender contract.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, you're staying with us, you have to. You can opt to not do it, but then you don't play.
But then you hold out and then you get fined.
Yeah.
Well, no,
you get fined.
You can get
be in
fined.
the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL is a
forget it.
definite
I'm not
plantation
joining.
system.
Wait a minute. Irish Sweet that says they get paid a lot more with the tag. So y'all saying
he's not getting paid a lot more than freaking Daniel Jones right now. Daniel Jones making $48 million a year.
I have a contract. Contract ends. They can give me a franchise tag to say,
the franchise tag is the average of the top 10 salaries at your position.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm still on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
and
is
then
the
they try to
benefit?
tag. What's the benefit of what?
What is the benefit to me as a player of being a franchise tagged player?
That you sometimes, if you get franchise tag, you get a big raise because they take the average of the top 10 salaries that year.
Yeah. If
So
your
you
contract, if you're at the end of
it.
like a 5-year contract or whatever,
Yeah.
and you negotiated like you were a little bit lower, but you you overperformed and you want to get more money. If they franchise tag you, you're going to get more money. But it's only for that year. You have to negotiate a contract at that point.
So then it's basically like a 1-year deal. So there's no security in that. And for NFL players, the biggest thing is
the guarantees,
security, because with one hit, it's over.
Yeah, and that's actually a big thing in professional wrestling as well. Like guaranteed contracts are so rare. They don't have a union or anything, but the length of contracts is very important to them, because if they get injured, then they're out for 10 months. Like they pull if they destroy their knee or something, like an MCL goes, they're out for 6 months to a year. You need the length of that contract so that if you don't come back, you still get paid something. Like it's a little different in wrestling because you can just get let go. There's no union.
Yeah,
but
Jim McMahon, the owner, has actively prevented unionization too.
Yeah, the wrestlers wanted to unionize in the 80s, and it got squashed by Vince and Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was anti-union.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, brother.
No
unions
over here, Buster. I'm a union buster.
Pretty smarmy guy. So,
and in fact, it was Jesse Ventura.
He was getting his money.
It was Jesse Ventura who was pro-unionization, former governor of Minnesota.
Yes.
He was the one that was pro-unionization, and Hulk Hogan got him fired for that.
Yeah.
He said Hulkamania is coming down on your head, you unionizing brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Hulk was huge at that time. So.
But yeah, so length of contracts is important for, I assume, a lot of professional athletes, because they want that security.
Right.
Yeah.
So
especially when they're coming at your head top.
You gotta think of it like this. In the MLB, in the NHL, I believe, and in the NBA, especially if you're a first-round pick in the NBA, your contracts are guaranteed, right? So you have some security there. In the NFL, it's cutthroat, baby. It's cutthroat. They'll cut you to stiff.
And on top of that, I don't want the average of the top 10 people when I outplayed everybody.
Right. If I'm a top 3
quarterback, if I'm number one,
I don't want Reggie money.
Average.
Get this Reggie paycheck up out of here.
We don't do that is what it is. That's what it is. And then
they try to get some more money.
If they put the exclusive tag on you, if they put the exclusive tag on, you can't even negotiate with other teams. You can only negotiate with them.
Wait, what's exclusive? What's exclusive? Is exclusive franchise?
Exclusive and non-exclusive. Exclusive means that the team maintains exclusive rights to negotiate a long-term deal with you. Non-exclusive means you can go out and shop yourself. But it doesn't make any sense to go and shop yourself if people have been already said we're gonna make sure that no other team actually wants to shop with him. You know what I mean? So that's what's important about that. GMs talk to each other, and they're saying that this can't be the new reality, and we can't let players have this much power. Why couldn't
y'all start after me? Let me get my money and do this with the next guy. Let me get my cash though.
But it's a bunch of guys like fucking Jerry Jones who,
oh boy,
all they want to do is hoard all the money for themselves anyway. Like
ain't Jerry Jones like 737 years old?
Yeah, he's old AF.
He's 147 years old.
But the dude,
what
like,
you
all
hoarding
right.
for at this point? You
I
literally
just
can't
said that
spend it.
like that's his real age. Like, oh, he was born in 1850.
Yeah, he was born in like 1532. But
he came with Christopher Columbus.
Here's the other thing about the owners.
Santa Maria.
Is they go around building these gigantic stadiums.
Yep.
They make the municipalities they build these stadiums and pay for them because they're supposed to be like a big money draw or whatever. And then
because they build them more for concerts and other stuff than the football game.
They get these huge tax breaks for building these fucking stadiums in these cities.
Yep.
And the cities eventually suffer for them because if they don't build a new stadium every so often, they fucking leave.
Oh yeah, like
the Bears.
Chicago Bears.
Hey, now coming onto the field, the Schaumburg Bears.
The Arlington Heights. The Arlington Heights Bears.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, LA.
Heights? I thought it was
yes, it's on Arlington Heights. That's where they're going to build their stadium.
Better.
Yeah.
LA got 2 football teams because they built a new stadium. Las Vegas got a football team because they built a new stadium. Oakland wasn't going to build a new stadium, and neither was San Diego.
Need another stadium?
Huh?
It's all.
LA need another stadium. Like LA is already it already had so many teams.
8 teams.
They got 2 teams for it. They share a stadium.
That's crazy. I mean, and it's just
double duty every week at that damn.
I just think this. There's so much, and it's so funny to me how John Q. Public goes to bat for ownership all the time in situations like this, where these players are out there putting their very lives on the line, and you're saying that because they could have a career in their injury, that's why you shouldn't pay them. What sense does that make?
Make it make sense.
So why are you investing in this game at all? Like as a management side of it.
They built the whole system around Lamar Jackson's skill set. They have way more design runs by a quarterback than any other team, right? Because of his unique skill set. But then they try to use his unique skill set, which got him an MVP and got them league-leading passing touchdown. Understand I'm saying passing because there's people out there that say, well, he doesn't throw well enough. He led the league in passing touchdowns. Let that sink in. But he doesn't pass.
He got lucky.
Enough. But this unique skill set that they built an offense around, the system around, now they're saying, well, because you could get injured, we don't want to pay you that money.
All right,
tons of mice. I'm not doing this with you. It's every week with you. It's every week with you.
Speaking of injuries, there's an injury that has been reopened. We're going to our last topic. We got some hard outs on the show, so we're gonna make.
Are we talking about my injury?
No, I was gonna let that be behind the curtain, but
yeah,
I am injured.
Don't be pulling the curtain.
Nothing. Pay no attention.
Anna, you get into courtroom fights.
She roundhouse kicked a court reporter and rolled her ankle.
I wish that's what it was. No, I actually was doing dumbbell step-ups at the gym this evening and was stepping down off my last set actually and rolled my ankle. So now I'm sitting here icing it.
You got to dorsiflex your foot. When you point your toe, that increases the chance of you rolling your ankle. So when you're stepping down, you're probably stepping down with that leg straight, right? Probably had your toe pointed.
It wasn't when I was stepping back on it. It was that I was on the last set and I was stepping forward and I was going to jump at the bottom, but I just missed it.
Like, see, you was doing too much.
You're
trying to jump at the bottom. Why are you trying to jump?
There were boys there.
Oh, well, see, sometimes you can't be flexible. Did they come over and help you when you rolled your ankle?
Yes, but not
good.
The one.
You said worth it. Worth it.
Not the one. It was the other. It was the other one.
Got another one.
Thanks.
So it wasn't the right one.
Don't help me. Not you. Not y'all.
I guy comes over. She's like, no.
He's like,
not you, that guy.
No. You You
It didn't matter. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't
Get out
that.
of the
I
way.
really
You
just
over
was
there.
I really just was messing around and should have been paying more attention. The bench was already because I do dumbbell step ups all the time, but just on a box. This time I was doing it on a bench, and I just kind of lost my footing when I instead of stepping back, step forward, lost my footing, rolled my ankle.
Oh,
so
damn.
There were. I added the boys to the story for just a little razzle dazzle, but there were no cute boys there. Period. I intentionally go to gym where there are not a lot of fine men. I get better workouts.
You ain't ready. You got to have a whole different
because
workout.
you're not getting stopped every 5 minutes. Like, do you come here often?
Oh,
they
you
don't
need
be
a spotter.
stopping me. They do not be stopping me because I be looking like. No, I'm using that one. Why are you here?
No, go on, bro. I'm next. Go on, bro.
Go on,
bro. But we're talking about a different injury. We're talking about a slap. The slap heard round the world.
Man, this is crazy.
The Will Smith slap.
The Will Smith smack. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
And if I was Chris, I would have just came back where you should have kept August's. Anyway,
you should have kept August out your wife's mouth. But anyway,
damn,
Chris,
got him.
That would not have been appropriate at the Oscars.
I would have said it, but that's why I'm not hosting the Oscars.
I think by the time Chris Rock got smacked,
it was
by
the
Will
Image
Smith,
Awards.
appropriate was out the window.
NCAA.
He was like, dude, it was a G.I. Jane.
It was the NAACP Awards. Maybe I would have.
If it was
the Source Awards, I would have definitely said it.
Hey, if he would have said that,
awards no more.
If he would have did that, Will Smith would have Ja Moranted the shit out of him.
You would have.
Guess what? I would have said that because I'd have been ready to fight.
It's fighting time now.
Yes.
Now we're fighting.
Yeah.
We're fighting. But Chris Rock got his lick back. I guess. Did anybody watch the stand-up special?
I saw the bits. I saw the bits.
I did not see it. Feel free to spoil it for me. Did he get his revenge? Did he get his revenge? Did he get his 100%?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to see it. I will say go and see it. I mean, go on to Netflix and watch it. It is very nuanced. There's a lot of jokes about everything. Okay, he talks about raising his kids. He talks about white men saying that they're the victim. They're the most victimized people in the group.
Yeah,
we got you surrounded now, Tim. What's up, Tim?
I'm a victim.
And he talks about a lot of things. It's a very nuanced comedic special. There are a few callbacks that you will see throughout the show. And when he did get to his reactions about being slapped and everything, I'll just say this: he didn't lie in his thoughts on the issue. He didn't tell any. He didn't tell any lies. He didn't tell any lies.
No.
And the words he used in describing certain people were apt.
Ooh.
And people want to say that you shouldn't say that, but we've seen what certain people have been doing to certain other people in the public, the entanglement, etc., etc. What would you call that person? Well, just watch the show. Just watch the special and check it out.
Okay.
It wasn't gut-bustingly funny, but it
Very
was.
few are these days.
It was provocatively funny. It was well written, well performed, nuanced. Okay, there were some issues that I had with it upon reflection, but not enough for me to say, it wasn't good. It was definitely good. It makes you. I mean, good comedians make you think and make you laugh, and he did both very well.
All right. Well, I didn't see it, and you say he got his. You say he got his slap back.
Oh, he definitely did. He definitely did.
He definitely did.
Because I
heard about it. That's how I know he did something. I didn't see it either, but I knew.
Well,
he did
I'll say this:
people were
I ain't trying to rehash it, but I would have slapped him too. Back
the name of the special is Selective Outrage, and the reactions that you're seeing in social media exemplify that to a T, because there's a lot of stuff to be outraged about. If you want to be really sensitive and be outraged, there's a lot of things where you can be outraged, but people are picking and choosing what they have issue with in a comedy show. Just say that.
All
That's
right. Well,
interesting.
everybody watching right now and everybody listening right now, you got homework because next week we're gonna dive into it. After
Go into a little bit more.
After
I'll watch it again.
What platform is it on?
Netflix.
It's on the Netflix.
Okay.
Well, it's time for everybody's favorite.
Said he gonna watch it at work. Do not get fired trying to do Dig on America homework.
Hey, you let them know I said it's all right. Okay.
Tell them Mikey said it. They might give you a raise.
Welcome to the Humidor with Big Haas. Find out what Haas is puffing and drinking tonight. If you try his suggestion and you die, that is natural selection.
Maybe.
And the DOA podcast is not responsible for you being weak fucking sauce. So now, the one, the only, Big Haas.
Hasa ding dong, what you drinking, what you smoking on.
That should have been the intro.
Let me put my pinky up.
Shout out to Jenna for the she keep promising to do a redo for us, but you know how that be.
Right? She busy.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta change. I gotta change my what you call it.
Change it what you call it.
I gotta change my bag.
Okay, change your bag.
All right, guys. Good night.
Have a good one. Good night.
Bye, guys. Bye. Tons of mice. We're not doing it next week. All right. Y'all have a good week. All right. Bye.
Bye, Anna.
So, I am smoking decadence. I'm smoking opulence today. I am smoking on the very rare, because they only make 9,700 boxes, okay, of the very rare Davidoff. And if you're a cigar smoker, you know the minute I say Davidoff, you know I'm smoking on about $30, or if not more, right?
They put the money directly in the cigar nowadays, huh?
Pretty much. This one is for a single $39.
You back there commenting?
My wife.
She's just making sure he's.
Yeah, hey, you're not supposed to hear that part, wife.
You can't get too mad because her daddy gave it to me.
Plot twist, didn't pay for it.
Her pops gave it to me. I got this as a gift. So the Davidoff 2021, the Chef's Blend, the Chef's Edition. Okay? I'm going to read you directly from the Davidoff site. Okay? So Davidoff Cigars came out with their third version of their collaborative cigar with chefs in September 2021, the Davidoff Chef's Edition. The chefs chosen for this year's cigar were 4 world-renowned chefs: Norbert Niederkoffler.
Oh, you just made that up.
No, I did not. Juan Amador, Masa Takayama, and Jorge Vallejo. Okay,
that name sounds familiar.
Yes. The master chefs, along with Davidoff's master blenders, settled on a 7-inch by 48 ring gauge Churchill size for this version. So they call this a taste journey that starts with a rich creaminess, which I co-sign. Definitely creamy in the beginning, giggity. Okay? I was like, this is going to be...
Pause.
Pelvic.
And I've paired it with coffee. I didn't even drink tonight.
Hey, I'm with you, man.
So a taste journey that starts with rich creaminess supported by notes of pepper and cedar wood. Cosign. Once again, hints of pepper that get a little bit more pronounced as you continue to smoke the cigar. Cedar wood as well. Okay. During the second third, gentle floral notes start to develop while hints of cinnamon and coffee are weaved into the progressing sensory experience. Partially co-signed. I get the floral notes. I get the coffee. I don't get much cinnamon.
Or satisfaction.
Oh no, this is satisfying, baby. This is satisfying. Like as you can see, I'm midway through the second third. I'm almost halfway through the cigar. So this is what they say about the last third, but I haven't gotten to the last third, so I can't confirm nor deny this profile. During the last third of the elegant Churchill format, the flavor profile changes into a pleasing caramel taste combined with cacao and the reoccurrence of cedar notes from the beginning. Can't co-sign that because guess what? I haven't.
It looks like there's been a slight interruption.
So,
and we're back.
The blend for the Davidoff Chef's Edition 2021 uses an Ecuadorian hybrid 238 wrapper. Don't ask me what that means. I got to look it up.
What's it be? Oh.
A Mexican Negro San Andreas Seco binder and 4 different fillers.
I'm making a new rule about the humidor. You're only allowed to puff the cigar 3 times.
I'm sorry, but I love it.
Forever
so
because you're still enjoying the cigar. Stop smoking the cigar and tell us about the cigar.
Piloto Seco, San Vicente, Ligero, Piloto Visas, and a hybrid 192 Seco leaf from Mikey.
República Dominicana.
Yes. Now, if I had gotten a box of these, it comes packaged in ceramic boxes of 10 that can double as an ashtray with a lid that is to be used as a serving tray. Only 9,700 boxes were made.
So how many boxes are you going to buy and not tell the wife?
I am going
9,600.
I'm going to buy 1 box next year when they announce the release. You can bet your butt that. Because, huh?
Nothing.
We didn't say nothing.
Not buying nothing.
So,
the line's compromised.
This cigar is phenomenal. Okay? This is a phenomenal cigar.
Frying pan about to come across the screen.
Definitely love it.
Rolling pin.
Pairs well with the coffee. When you sip the coffee, it definitely brings out the coffee notes that they're talking about. I've got a little bit of creamer, a splash of creamer in my coffee as well. So the creaminess in the front end was extra creamy giggity. The cacao comes out.
I agree.
If Dan would buy me a box of these, I would love it.
Hey, is that the same man that you was up there fighting sheeps?
Yes.
I think it's only fair.
Yes.
You had to
100%.
wrestle around with sheeps.
Now this Chef's Blend is a milder to medium type strength, but damn if it's not really freaking good. It is really good. As you can see, there's the binder. Oh, you can't really see it. I'm sorry, it's a little bright. Here, let me turn that off. Not really. Damn it. Anyway, it's a classic white binder with gold writing. Got a little chef's hat on the second part. It's a double binder there, double band, right? And nice medium brown, smooth texture, a little velvety when I first lit it. Great construction, as you can see. So I can grab that. Look at that ash. It's only crumbling because I don't know my own strength and I crushed it.
Yeah, easy Hercules.
But as you can see, it comes off in about 3/4 inch chunks. I used a Calibri Deep V cut on it. As you can see that. You can see the smoke wafting out of there. It looks so beautiful. This cigar is phenomenal. No splitting, no cracking. It has been sitting in my humidor since Christmas.
Damn.
And that's a short time. A lot of times people let cigars like this sit way longer. But I wanted to smoke something special for y'all tonight.
Why the hell you buy it then if you got, man? I'll buy it when I'm ready to smoke it. I ain't trying to let it just sit there.
Okay. So on the leaf meter, 5 leaves. I'm not giving it 5 just because it's so damn expensive. But I will give it 4.9.
Whoa.
This may be my highest rated cigar today.
That is a record.
Yes.
The highest humidor ever.
Yeah. Very good cigar.
Wait till I get you that Snoop Dogg cigar. That'll be your highest one ever.
Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared of what's in a Snoop Dogg cigar.
It'll break the system.
It's called a blunt.
Okay. But thank you for listening. Remember that this is subjective. I highly encourage you, if you can, as my man Ferris Bueller says, if you have the means, I highly suggest picking one up. And then let me know what you think about it. Okay?
Do that stuff. Do that. All right, guys. That's all the time we have for this week. I can't get the password for Twitch from Dutch, so we cannot raid tonight. I'm so sorry, everybody. But thanks for hanging out with us. So for me, Mikey, for Attorney Anna, Big Haas with my favorite t-shirt on, and of course our man with the plan, Tim Bristol. That's all we got. So we'll see you guys next time. Catch Lindsay and Dutch on Friday. Good night.
Good night.